Do. Alright. So, like always, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask them on the chat, and I will respond as soon as I read them. So looking at the chat, let's see. Kazi said in South 3, why didn't I start with East? So let's go to South 3. Why didn't I start with East and South 3? Because I was greedy. Oh wait, no. Probably because I was like stuck staring at my hand and I missed that 2 of them were discarded. Because it's like, ooh, Chanta. I mean, 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4 blocks already. Yeah, it's probably a little bit too greedy to lock in that with just 4 pin at the beginning, especially since East is already dead. And if someone does happen to reach or something, we can always defend with the other honor tiles that we have. So yeah, East is probably better here. Yeah. Looking at this too much, and it's like, woo, shiny. If this wasn't out all the way, this is not that bad, especially if we can get a pair of those with this, and then call everything, and even if we're left with just a pair, it's pretty nice that we can just, you know, bunker down if anyone reaches. But yeah, with 2 gone, we should probably drop that in the first one. Alright, next one, why didn't I wait on the 6-0? Which question was that? I think Yakuhai Aka should be your go-to here. I mean, we're not that far away from Chanta, all things considered. Well, I guess technically we kind of are because our pair is still uncertain. So we only have like 3 blocks for that. Where'd it go? There it is. Actually, no, in this case, it's not that bad because we do have a pair. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we already have 4 blocks for Chanta. So we can draw into it if we get like, you know, 8, 7, 1, 2, or 1 or 3 right here. Or if we get any of the honor tiles. So I don't think it's that bad. Not to mention, the benefit of going with a hand like this is it's really easy to defend with. But yeah, I think probably 4 pin at the beginning is a little bit too much for compared to the East. Yeah. The good thing about Chanta, I guess, is that it's very easy to, like, run away in the case of most discards patterns. Especially with the Dora being the 5 Sozu. People are more likely to go for, like, Tanyao, like, quick Tanyao Dora 3 or something. Because even if it's, like, really far, like, bad shapes and far away, like, we don't have to win this hand. I mean, like, if we get it, great. But even, like, a 2,000 point hand, 2,000 would be kind of good. Even just, like, 1,000 point sumo would be kind of good. But, like, I don't know, this far, without calling, we're probably not going to win. Kawashite over value. I agree, but also, like, what do we get from going for, like, a 1,000 Kawashite versus, like, a potential 2,000 or 3,900 hand? If we do end up getting just a 1,000 point hand, and it goes to South 4, no one's over 8,000 at that point, and so, especially if we get a 1,000 point hand and, like, run off of this person, that might be one of the worst cases that could happen, because, like, if person A, or let's say, you know, this person, like, Tsumo is a decent hand, and then later on, this person gets a bigger hand, we could technically drop down into last, even without dealing into anything, so I don't know. If we're going for a Kawashite here, I would want it at least to put us above dealer, but we can only do that with Sumo or direct hit. So, like, if East was, like, 100% available, I do still kind of like 4 pin over that, just because safety. And also we can call literally everything and be left with stuff to deal with anything. I mean, we want to disarm everyone's hands anyway, but the problem is if we stick our head out too far, we can get killed for it. And especially with like a Chanta hand, I guess, if we can pair up one of the last honor tiles, even if we call everything else, as long as we have that pair of honor tiles, that's really, really good for defending. Well, even if we have the 4-pin, while it is quicker, that still doesn't change the fact that like 4 of our shapes, or I'm sorry, at least 2 of our shapes right now are pretty bad with like not much to go around with it. Yeah, like 4 shapes starting off, and like the potential of Sanshoku isn't bad as well, I guess. Because like if we do call the shapes that we have right now, and then we do happen to get the 7 or the 8-pin, even if it is a far-off hand, if we win that, then that's like really, really good in comparison to even just like a 1,000 point Kawashite. Like that probably won't change. Well, actually, if 3rd place or 4th place does Tsumo a big hand here, that's kind of bad for us. But actually, it's not that bad because the dealer is pretty close to us. So even if they Tsumo a Mangan, we're still in 2nd place at that point. And if we can somehow move up this hand to get like 2,400 points, in other words, like a 3,900 point hand, that would make it pretty easy in Oras, because if anyone is like just trying to escape last or confirm their placement, quick hands are pretty likely. Yeah, I kind of don't like dropping the East if all of them are available. In this case right here, of course, we should drop it, but... Maybe that's too greedy, I don't know. I guess we probably should keep it around, especially since the door is the 5 Sozu, because if we do draw something around the 5 Sozu, we should probably just keep that anyway. And we do have the Yakuhai here, so yeah, probably keeping around the 4-pin then is better than the far-off Sanshoku, at least, or Chanta, maybe. And if we do draw another pair of like the Haku or the Hatsu, then we can just immediately move over. Though if we draw that, I mean, technically we can move over to Honitsu as well. Yeah, so I guess we should keep the 4-pin. Upgrade them or get them filled in quickly. Alright, next up. East 1-1 and 6th and 7th turn. Or 1-0, first turn, 6th turn, and 7th turn. What do I drop here? So I might have been a little greedy with this hand, because it's like, well, I got 1 shape right here, 2 shapes right here, and 3 shapes right here, so only 3 shapes right now. All 3 of them are technically potential for Honitsu. If I do get a pawn of this, and if I can pair up any of these, then that's, I immediately have all the potential blocks that I technically need for Honitsu here. So I was wondering, rather than throwing like Tuso, South, Haku, or Hatsu, since all 3 of those are my Yakuhai tiles, would it be better to throw out like a 3-mon or like a 4-pin here or something? 3-mon in particular, since the 6 can already use the red 5. The 4 would be nice with the red 5 in Pinzu, and the 7 would be nice with the Dora. So this one kind of sticks out. So the only thing that we really lose is like the immediate draws around it, but like this one can also take in a 3-so for double-sided weights, so technically only 4. But the 4-mon can technically be used with the 6 as well, so it's not like a huge loss either. And if we do pair up one of our Yakuhais, then we instantly can move over to a potential Mangon hand compared to what we did before, which is probably just a Kawashite. So yeah, this is kind of interesting. You see a pair, and it's just like, instantly, just gotta think, Honitsu chance. So, going forward in time, 6th turn. Just as planned. So at this point, like, 3 comes out. We can call that and take 1 Shanten, or we can call it and back off a little, and if we draw any of the pairs for our Honitsu, we can immediately upgrade this to a Honitsu Yakuhai chance for 8,000 points, or at least 3,900 points. Should we take that? I think so. The 3-so is one of our big gaps right here. Even if we're telling everyone else, that's completely fine, because if they have a hand worth pushing, they're still going to push it. Like, Shibori does not exist on Tenhou, except in, like, specific, like, point situations. Like, dealers especially is very greedy to keep their dealership. Other people are especially greedy to keep their hands, so I think calling this and dropping the 5-6 is pretty okay. Even if I do go for a Kawashite, I don't have that much. No, yeah. I mean, going back 1 Shanten for a potential like fighting hand, I think, is worth it than going 1 more Shanten forward, especially one that's not even Tenpai, for just a quick hand that would end the game. Plus 9 Pinzadora, so. Yeah. Now this one was the one that I was a little bit concerned about. Should I call this 9? If I don't call it, there's 1 more remaining. It also puts me in instant 1 Shanten for either 2,000 or 3,900 point hand. But is that too much? Yeah, it's kind of sad because, like, if I do call that and I draw, like, any Sozu that I can, like, Kutsuki around or draw another tile around, then my pair has to become the East, and so then it'd be stuck at a 2,000 point hand, which is not ideal. If I ignore that and wait for the East to come out, if I do call the East, then it's at least going to be a 3,900 point hand. But if I take this, I get instant 1 Shanten, and if I do ignore it, there's only 3 tiles between these 2 pairs that are currently remaining. Plus, I guess this hand isn't that bad for defense either, because if someone does reach, I have all of the honor tiles that I can run off to. Even though they're not like 100% nice and super safe, they're better than like having to throw Musuji 3 through 7. To call or not to call? I'm bad with hands like this. Kazi, what do you do? Then Kazi's like, go back to the first turn, never through the 3-mon. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I should call this or not. If I think of it more as like a Kawashite, I guess it's not that bad. Especially since I have this to fall back on if anything does happen. Calling that might be a little bit much afterwards, but that would give me 3,900 point Tenpai, or with Sumo, it goes up to 5,200 points. I can technically Kutsuki with the 5-8-so. Oh, that is true. I didn't think of that. That's a cool thing. Yeah, I like that. So what he's saying is, like, if I call this and I drop the 4, I could potentially also get like a 5 or a 6. I'm sorry, a 5 or an 8. And then if I have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 shape, or 5, 6, 7, 8, or a 6, 7, 8, 8 shape, then I can form my pair from that shape, and then I'm allowed to call the east and still end up with a good double-sided weight. So yeah, that's a good point. So runs are actually kind of good in this situation. Pawn! I think I later... let's see. Yeah, they won right there. Alright. Next up, East. 2-1, 6 turn, and also the last drop. This hand. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful what am I doing hand. So it's technically one Shanten away from Tenhou, Dora, potentially Ipeco. Do I drop the 1-so right here? Or do I look at this 3, 4, 5, 5 shape and say, ooh, I can get my pair right there and a double-sided weight right here? Probably not. So yeah, yeah, the 1 Shanten looks really nice right here. And if I can call this, that would be even better. Now, there are some questions I had right here about ignoring instant tempai, which is 3 came out right here. Should I call this or not? If I call it, I'm going to be waiting on either the 4 or the 6 Manzu. But I'll have instant tempai for a 5,800 point hand. If I ignore it, and I draw, let's say, the 6-so, that's Dama at least 12,000 points right there. If I draw the 4-so, and I get a Tsumo even with Dama, that's like 18,000 points. Plus both of those would end up with a 3-6 weight, so should I take this or should I not take this? Usually with a chance hand like this, I won't call a good shape like that. If it was the 6 or the 4, 100%, I would just say Chi. But because I still have that, I don't want to end up with a bad weight if I can help it. And the potential of this hand, if closed, is really high. Plus, I can still not see 7 of the 3-6 tiles out right now. And then also, what is that? 7 of the other 4 6s of Manzu. Technically, I could Kutsuki with the... Oh wait, what if it was Tumon? Would I call Chi on Tumon? Probably, yeah. Because if I Chi the Tumon, and then like drop the 3-mon, I'm left over with the 5-5-7 and the 5-5 shape over here. And then if I do get that, that's instant Mongon. So it's like Mongon confirmed. But I guess in that case, if I do call Chi on this and drop the 7, it's not like all of my improvement potential are dead. Because I can still draw, like, let's say the 2 Manzu, the 3, or the 5. Switch over to like a pair weight, and then I can grow on this side with like the 6 and the 4. Or a Shaba weight, and I can grow on the 6 and the 4. Or actually, I'd probably just take instant double tempai if I drew the 6 or the 5, because I can throw out the 3 and wait on the 2-5. Or if I drew the 5, I'm sorry, if I drew the 3, I could throw out the 5 and wait on 3-6. I guess it's not that bad, all things considered. So maybe I should take it there? Because, like, the reason why we don't want to call this in the normal case is because we can, like, get a potential Mongon with this, and opening up with, like, a bad shape is kind of iffy. But we could still technically move over to a Mongon with this hand if we get, like, the red 5 or the 2 Mon right there. So it's almost like opening up with a Mongon. but it's like the 8th turn. So it's like the 9th turn, like, or like especially like the 10th or 11th, definitely you should usually call, but I guess it is the middle round, so calling isn't that bad here. It just hurts my heart. Now, I guess there is also 1,300 points on the board. And so if I include that, that's like 7,100 points. Yeah, I guess I should call. 5,800 points is one thing. 7,100 points is another. Respect the Kyotaku. Yeah. Alright, so now after we ignore that, and then all the 7s die out... Oh, this was actually an interesting choice as well. I was like, oh, look, if I throw this out, I can have, like, this shape round. But that doesn't do much for me, actually. It just saddens me because I lose the 6. And the 6 looks really good right now because 7, 7, 7, 7. So unless someone has an Onko, it's pretty hard to use that. Con right there, so they're probably in Tenpai. And then down here, I get to Tenpai. Waiting on either the 6 or the 4 anyway. But there's a con on the field. South is dead. So no one has the new Dora. So it's like, hey, do we reach right here? And if we reach what do we wait on? Instantly I was thinking, probably the 6 is a better wait, considering we can see all of the 7s out and we can see 3 of the 5s out. So 6 is like hard to use. The 4 has like 2 remaining, except the 3 also has the disadvantage of being right next to the Dora. So what do we do here? If we do drop the 7, it's also technically like Nakasuji, but they'll probably ignore that. Especially because, maybe. 6-mon Shonpai is really suspicious. Yeah, 6-mon Shonpai is suspicious. So do you think at that point it's like, because it's a Shonpai, we shouldn't wait on it? That'd be some interesting stats to see. The fact that we can't see it at this point, does that mean it's actually a worse weight? Especially with all the tiles around it killed off. Does that mean that it's a lot more likely to be in a pair or a triplet at this point? Or maybe it's just all in the dead wall. Onko chances through the roof. You would think, but is that, like, actually a thing? Because, like, human intuition for stats is well documentedly horrible. Not only were they killed off late. Well, I mean, they were killed off late, right? But who were they killed off by? Well, this person, and, like, the 4 from this person. Which means they probably held it and then dropped them after their shapes got confirmed. I mean, if you look at the board this way, like, 7 over here, first 7 right there, and they got unlucky and discarded the second 7 afterwards. 1 7 in our hands. 4 6 right here, so that's kind of like around the 6, but if all 3 of them are suspicious for the 6, it's like, yeah. Not to mention, even in the normal case, you have benefits of throwing the 7 over the 4 because the Dora is the 2-mon, and so you're like moving closer to the Dora with that. So I don't necessarily agree that just because we can see like the wall right there, that the 6-mon Onko chance increases a lot. It could, but I have never seen anything that has said that. Let's see. So yeah, do I think or I guess the real question right here is, do I think the Formon, or do I think the 6-0 at this point is more likely to come out if I do reach? If I say Dama, I don't think I want to stay Dama. If there wasn't a con on the field, I might stay Dama. Especially with, like, drop... Actually, 7-so Dama is actually pretty good. Yeah, actually, that sounds really good. I don't need to reach. I already have a 12,000 point hand, even if there's a con on the field. Plus, if I drop the 7 Manzu, then there's still technically 2 tiles out, and it looks kind of safe. Everyone's dropped something that has to deal with the 7. Genbutsu for 2, Suji unlikely for that last person right there, since it's the last one. So actually, Formon Dama would be really nice here. Or waiting on the Formon, that is. Because it's already a 12,000 point hand. Tanyao, Doradora, Ipeko. So yeah, I actually probably should have just dropped the 7-mon here. And not even reached. I was like way too like, whoa, there's a con on the field, no one has the Dora, Riichi! But 12,000 points is dealer already. I probably shouldn't reach. Yeah. The allures of a con is just too nice. It's like, delicious. Alright. So, next up, we got East 3-0. 6 turn, 7 turn, and 8 turn. What do I do here? What do I do here? Yeah. So I'm definitely keeping the 6-pin around. But should I drop like the 2-so or the red 5-so here? Or I could potentially even drop the 9-pin. If I drop the 9-pin, I'm losing the chance of drawing 6-pin and 3-pin for Tenpai though, and I'm locking myself into that Ipeko shape. If I drop 2-so, I'm losing the 1-so, but I keep the 4-so, and I also technically keep the chance of like opening up this hand, like if I get a 4 or a 7, for like Tanyao Dora 4 or Dora 3. Which isn't that bad, actually. Especially, because that'll be instant Tenpai on a 7-7 hand. But if I drop the red 5, I lose that Dora. But now I have some really strong potential for a closed hand. If I draw the 6, the 3, or the 7, I'll take instant Tenpai on like the 1-2 Sozu, or 1-4 Sozu, which is like really good. If I draw the 1-4 Sozu first, then what would I probably reach on? Probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe stay Dama on the 7-pin? That one's kind of hard, actually. Yeah, I guess I would probably stay Dama on the 7-pin for a 5,200 point hand. Both of those choices look really nice. Actually, maybe in this case, if I would stay Dama on the 7-pin anyway, maybe I should actually get rid of the 9-pin here. And even if I do draw a 3 or a 6, I can just like switch over like Tanyao at that point and just like call for whatever. Plus, if I do throw the 9-pin, well, I lose the 3-6 pin, I still keep the chance open for if a 7-pin or a 4-so comes out, instantly calling for a 7,700 point Tenpai. And I'm leaving myself open to draw the 1 4 Sozu for instant Dama 10. Or if I get the 4 Sozu anyway, it's going to be Tanyao, Ipeiko, Doradora. So considering that, do I even need the last Dora, actually? So many things to consider. Yeah, maybe I should just drop the red 5 right here. It's kind of like a big red flag, though. And so even if I don't reach, they're probably going to be a little bit cautious of me. I kind of like the 9-pin drop, though. But the 5-so drop looks actually kind of good as well. Because the only, like, big backfire on the 5-so drop is, like... Is there any backfire, actually? Because, like, if I get 6 or 3-pin, I love it. If I get 7-pin, I also love it. If I get 1 Sozu, I wouldn't even have had that chance in the first place. And if I get 4 Sozu, it's great, because I'm a Dama Mangon. So yes, I actually should throw 5 Sozu here. Oh, that's kind of cool. The benefit of Ipeiko just like jumps up the hands to a Dama Mangon, even if I keep it or if I don't keep it or not. So there's no point in actually keeping that red 5 right there. That's really cool. The backfire is you lose... Oh yeah, I do lose the chi. But I guess that's not that bad, because like 4-so, 7-so is like not that likely to come out. They could come out, but... Or if it... Yeah, the 7-pin as well. The Dama benefits of that, or... I mean, the Richi benefits of that I think are really good, though. Especially of the 1-so edition. Not to mention the 6 3-pin. So calling or not calling? The 9-pin is good just in the case of the 3 6-pin draw and then instant Tempai on like the 1 4 Sozu. So if I count like the tiles of like being able to call them as like double, then the Ukeire isn't that bad with the 9-pin drop, I guess, because even though we're losing the 3 and the 6, which is like 4, we gain the 7 and the 4 Sozu, which is like 3 plus 4, so like 7, so like 14, like 14. Of course, they're not actually going to be double because those tiles are a little bit hard to come out, but they're definitely not just that either. Instant Tempai on the 1 4 Sozu anyway. So many choices. I'm also in last place here, but that doesn't matter. South 3. We're close. It's whatever. Benefit of opening a hands or benefit of not? The 7-pin is really hard though, because like 6-pin's the Dora, 7-pin's really hard to come out, and if I do drop the 9-pin, I have to take the 7-pin. Like, the only way I can't is if I draw a 5-pin to upgrade it. In any of the end cases that I'm going to be in, aside from drawing the 7-pin, I'm going to be waiting on the 7-pin, which is pretty iffy. Whereas, if I keep the 9-pin, then I have higher chance with the 6-so draw of ending up with the double-sided weight. So considering that, maybe I should throw the red 5. I lose the chance to call, but like 7-pin's right next to the Dora. There's only 3 left. It's kind of iffy. This is a good hand. Let's post this one on Twitter. There we go. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the the red 5 drop. Just because I don't want to wait on that 1-4 Sozu. Or, I'm sorry, the 7 pin. Because being right next to Dora makes it just that much harder to attain. Even if I do Chi like the 4. And even if I do Chi the 7, then I'm still waiting on the 4, which is not ideal. But it's a 7,700 point hand. But yeah. Yeah, I still kind of like the red 5. Because if I draw like the red Sozu anyway, then I can just like Dama this hand. And then... yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the red 5 right here. Alright, next question. Oh yeah, 7th turn, 8th turn as well. So in the game, I think I'm like, haha, 2-so, which is really bad. Because it's like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well, like, yeah, like 5-sos. But then I got this right here, and so it's like, well, now what? I guess I'm going for an open hands. Because now I can call the 4, the 6, and the 7 right here. 7 came out, and then I had a choice between the 4 and the 6. I mean, board-wise, I was like, okay, I can see like 2 of the 2 Sozus compared to like 1 of the 8 Sozus. So at least those connected tiles, and nothing in the middle of either, and so it's like, let's go towards the side I can see a little bit more of. But one of them's for me, so I guess it doesn't matter. And there's a 9 right here, so maybe actually going towards the top. I don't know. It's like a flip up at that point with what I can see. Actually, no, it's not. Maybe I should actually drop the 4 Sozu, or 3 Sozu here. Because the 1-so came out of their hand later on. What that means is it could very well have been a 4-so swap. Which is like really common, especially with like late 1-so from their hand. And then also they had like an early 2. That can mean anything. But just for this, yeah, I should probably actually take 6 right here. It's kind of small, but in actuality, haha, they did have a 4 Sozu. It wasn't a swap though, I think. Actually, let's see if it was. No, they're just keeping it around. Okay. And then South 3-0, 6th turn, no call. I think we already talked about that one. Wait, was it this one? No, it was like, was it this one? What? Wait, what is this talking about? 6th turn no call? No call on the 1 pin. Oh yeah, the 1 pin. Yeah, that was greedy. Yeah, that was greedy. Yeah, I should have took the 1 pin right there. That was like way too greedy. Yeah, that was greedy. Your eyes go in, you're like, but Sanshoku Chanta! No! But yeah, I should have took that right there. Agreed. Alright, next up, and this is the last one I have. Last drop here. So unfortunately I couldn't make it at Senpai. I wasn't willing to drop the 3 until the 3 came out, and then I was willing to drop it, of course. The real question is Hatsu drop or 9 pin after pawning it, the 1 pin. That's no question. You drop the 9 pin because Hatsu is way safer right there, I thought. Let's see. Or maybe it just became safer later on. Not there. Yeah, 100% keep Hatsu. Because, like... Oh, I guess we could improve with the 9 pin draw, couldn't we? But at this point, because it's only like a 2,000... Actually, with Sumo it can go up to 2,600, which could put us above 30,000. But... If one of these two people Rishi, we're very, very, very sad, so I think we should still keep Hatsu. Even though we lose the chance to potentially upgrade for that extra 1,000 points, I think it being completely safe beats that out. Even though we have a semi-wall of this, if like someone reaches and I had a choice between this and this, especially like last place in South 3 with a really close game, yeah, that's kind of iffy. Oh yeah, I could draw the 9 or the 9 or the 9. Ah, that is true. I don't know, should I be greedy here or not? Like, opening up this far with a hand, where in a situation where if I deal in, I'm probably going to get last place, seems very questionable. Yeah, I still kind of like running away here. Because, like, the Dora is... I don't know. For the dealer, I'd only have the 9 pin. For the other two people, I would have nothing. And if I keep the Hatsu, I'm at least safe from all three of them for Ipatsu. Yeah, I think that's way too dangerous. If the situation wasn't like this close, maybe, but yeah, yeah. Plus, if I get Sumo anyway, that puts me above the dealer, so it's like, whatever. Hi. Oh yeah, and I'm also Oyakaburi right here, which is nice. Because if they get hit by a Mongon, then they drop under me, and so I still stay second place. Which, if you're in second place going to Oras, that's great, because you're expected to lose, like, one placement in Oras, like, just, like, naturally, because 75% of the time, someone else aside from you is going to win in Oras. That being the case, if you drop down, like, one placement in Oras, that's great. That's kind of, like, what you're expected to. So, being third compared to being second going into that last hand is a pretty big difference. Alright, last question real quick. What is a safe tile that I should drop right here? I don't want to drop the 9 because... Actually, wait, I could drop... No, do I want to drop the 9? 9 would be a Hellweight, but it's Haite. But a 6 just came out earlier. Yeah, a 6 came out earlier, and so it's unlikely that someone... Like, Tsumagiri. So this is pretty unlikely. But do I have a safer tile? So I can count 1, 2, 3 of the 2-so. 4-so came out right there. 4-so came out from here as well, so yes. The 1-so is also... Oh no, 1-so is perfectly safe. Yeah, so 1-so is great. Yeah, so 1-so is the best option here, because it's 100% safe. I missed that. I think in the actual game, what did I drop? 2-pin? Or 2-so because of this? Maybe. Yeah, but I should have dropped a 1-so right here. That was... Oh, I did get it! Go me! I didn't know it was 100% safe, though, for this person, because I missed that. And, so yeah. Late game. Really fun. Alright. So that's the end of that game. It's like 8:30 here, so I guess I can stream one more game. So, see you in 5 minutes. And thanks for watching.